So, today I'm talking about mortality. Every day brings us closer to death. Every time you go drive, you're driving towards death. That doesn't mean you're getting in an accident, but it means everywhere you go is ultimately that final destination. And so when people say it's not about the destination, it's about the journey, it couldn't be more true. It couldn't be more true. But that being said, the destination is not the goals along the way that you have. The destination is death. That is the only destination there is. That is the only destination there ever will be. And that is also the only destination that you're ever going to be able to control. Really. Hey, Dusty. You don't really have control over the other destinations, but all you know for certainty, the only certainty in this life is death. And you know, that's fucking scary to face. It's not easy to realize that you are going to die. That the things that you love, the clothing that you wear, the jewelry that you wear, are going to become meaningless when you go. The things that you put so much value in now, they're going to become meaningless. Just another tchotchke. The people that you love, your family, your sister, your brother, your mom, your dad, your dog, they're going to be gone forever. Your personality, the little quirks, the little memories, the stories, the time you traveled to this country alone and met somebody and had an amazing life-changing experience, and the time that you ate breakfast and it was really delicious, and the time that you were a kid and you had a birthday party in the park with all your friends, everything that makes you who you are is going to vanish forever. It's going to be gone forever. These memories that you think are just there, that you almost take for granted, that make up who you are going to vanish forever. And you are going to be gone forever. You know, and there's no escaping it. And I think that this is why we make videos, we create art, we write, and we do all of these things to inject some of our personality and some of ourselves into this lifetime, because we're aiming for immortality. This is why I struggle sometimes with making videos, because I think evolution is a powerful, powerful force, obviously, and it's been driving the world for eons. But do I, as a human being, I have the conscious choice to think, do I want to be driven by evolution? Do I want to blindly follow my instincts towards immortality and away from accepting the fact that I'm going to die? Because survival is the first instinct, right? But at the end of the day, even my immortality, let's say, if I have immortality in something external to me, even that's really not immortal. Even that will go away. For example, in the book 4,000 Weeks, which I highly recommend, he says the lifespan of the human race is only 30 people living lifetimes of 100 years old. That's it. 30 people living lifetimes of 100 years old will trace all the way back to the beginning of time of human beings. So we really have not been here that long. And there are some greats that we remember, sure, but in the span of things, especially with our atomic weapons, everything is going to be forgotten, even me. And as hard as it is to face even you. And there's something to be said for sharing, which I'm going to get to later in this video, which is why I'm even making this video. I'm not being hypocritical. I have some knowledge that shifts the way that I think about this question that I've been asking myself. But first, I want to share some ways that I face my mortality that allow me to really, well, I don't want to make this a marketing style video where I share the benefits of facing your mortality. If you're going to do this, it's going to suck. It's going to be really hard. It's going to make you anxious. It's going to make you want to cry. I have a problem crying sometimes. I don't know what it is, but I just don't cry easily. But I tear up still, and I want to cry. If my body knew how to let it out, it would. And yeah, it's hard, especially finding meaning in all of it once you face it. It's hard, but I have some wisdom that I would love to share with you because it really helped me. But first, let me share how I deal with my mortality and how I face it. So first things first, I have this picture in my phone. I have a case that has a wallet, so I have space for it. And basically, I went on Google. Can you see? Basically, I went on Google and searched for a photo of a dead body and photoshopped my face into the picture where the other person's face was. This is at a funeral, open casket, I guess, when they reopened the casket later. Because actually some traditions, if you read the book This Party's Dead, which I also highly recommend, she goes around to different death festivals around the world and sees how they deal with death. So instead of putting them in coffins and shutting them up and getting teams to exhume them and all of that, they actually take their dead out of the coffins every few years, or they just hold giant funeral celebrations and they celebrate the dead people and their lives and their bodies, their corpses. And I thought it was actually a really, really beautiful book and helped me shift my perspective on death. We're so afraid of death in the Western culture. We're so afraid of death, and funerals become such a sad thing. But this, obviously it's sad, your loved one dies, but it changes the way that your relationship with death is. Because, it's the fact of life, but they face it. They sit there in the same room with their dead body sitting right here. They sleep in the same room with the dead body. It's important to remember we're all mortal in the end. We're all gonna die, we're all gonna be forgotten. We're all gonna leave with nothing, no matter where we go, no matter how far we try to run. The only thing we're ever running towards is death. The only movement we're ever making is towards death. So I have this to remind me. First of all, because I was very insecure about my looks, and at the end of the day, this is what we're all gonna look like. This also, I saw a recent video of my grandfather now, and it shows this old man, gray hair, kind of ugly, wrinkly skin, and it's just my grandfather 30 years ago, and it's this sexy man. And so, I'm lucky to have a healthy body and a beautiful face. To whatever extent it is, I'm just lucky to have this. Because first of all, I'm going to be really old and frankly ugly one day. When I can't go poop by myself, there's nothing pretty about that. And beyond even ugly, which is okay, which is good, because at least I'll still be alive. This is ultimately what I'm going to look like one day. This. And so it really reminds me of the truth. That the space that I look into the mirror every day, this is what's beneath it. This is what's honestly going on there. that I'm going to end up like this in a casket in the ground in less than 100 years. In less than 100 years. And so next I have this piece of paper, which frankly is not that inspiring, but it's pretty inspiring. I'll explain why. So it's called My Life in Weeks. People sell it. I came across it on Instagram, but I just printed out like a screenshot of it, so it's a little bit blurry. But it shows you, I think, till 100 years old or something, the weeks in your life. And so honestly, when I look at it like this, it makes me feel like, wow, I have so much time. But when I tick off the weeks every week, it feels like time is flying by so fast. I feel like it's the visual representation of an hourglass, which I want to get, by the way, a watch with an hourglass on it, so I can visualize the time ticking away. I really want to get it. I don't know if it exists, but I'm going to look for it. I keep forgetting. But it really helps you remember that the time is fucking flying. I'm ticking off weeks like Playboys tick off girls, okay? It's crazy. It's crazy. That's not a good metaphor, but this is it feels insane. The time flies so fast. So these two things I have in my phone with me every day, and they're pretty helpful, especially because I remember it in my mind. This one is okay. I would try it for the Life in Weeks. I would try it for yourself, but I don't love it. This one I don't look at all the time, but I have it in my head. Like, I remember it all the time because I have the visual representation of myself. You have to put yourself in there. Man, it hits. It hits. And then the last thing that I do is every morning for 30 minutes, I meditate on death. And, you know, sometimes I see these black, empty eyes. My phone just adjusted. Sometimes I see these black, empty eyes, and I see the road that I'm currently on. For example, today, I see a road. Have you ever watched Avatar: The Last Airbender? You know the Avatar State road he walks on when he's dealing with the chakra guy? If you know, it's exactly that. So I see kind of a fadey skeleton, big, mostly just like this portion, forehead and eyes and cheekbones, and then black eyes, like the void, black void. And there's a big road, and I'm walking, and I'm running on it, and the road is disappearing behind me, and I can't do anything but go forward because the road is disappearing behind me. I can't stay still. I have to walk. And the other option is I fall off and I just let myself be in the space, but I'm also still falling to death. But I think at least it's better than running. I think this may be running might be living unconsciously, falling might be living consciously. You're able to move how you want because you're aware you're falling to your death. You're aware, but there's also the uncertainties on the path of the fall because you don't know what you're gonna knock into, right? So I think that it's a difference of living in control. You're in control when you're running on the path. You know what's going on. Or out of control, more of trust, where you're falling. It's the unknown. You're falling into death. But at the same time, you're more free of movement. Like, you don't have to run. Which I thought was two interesting perspectives on living life. But it has brought me a lot of insight to meditate on death every day. For 30 minutes too, because you sit for 10 minutes, it sucks. It's hard. It's painful. But for 30 minutes, you're gonna deal with the anxiety coming up. You're gonna deal with the urge to run and shit your pants, and not shit your pants, but the urge to run, stand up, turn away, move, do something, so you can ignore the fact that you're going to die, and that's the only thing that's true, and it's the only thing that you're going to ever know. And it's hard to deal with this. Okay, but now I will get into some of the benefits. For me personally, it's helped me get over a lot of fear, because ultimately I think the biggest fear is fear of death. Because fear is an instinct that was put into us for survival, right? So they say, they being scientists, I guess, that social anxiety is just because We don't want to be ostracized from the group, because if we are, we can't survive as well, because that's how it used to be. If we were exiled from the tribe, we can't survive. Hope you guys still hear me with this lawnmower, but I'm gonna keep going. So at the same time, another big thing that helped me get over fear was that I realized that you go into death alone. You came into this world alone, you're going to leave alone. And you can be surrounded by those you love, but at the end of the day, it's you on your own, with your own thoughts, your own feelings, your own regrets, your own pride in yourself, that's going to go. At the end of the day, the person you have to face is going to be you. You, and that's it. So that's not inspiration for you to be great and chase your dreams and achieve your goals. It's inspiration, not even inspiration, it's fact, reason, why you need to sit with yourself. Sit down with yourself and figure out what's going on in here and in here. You know why? This is another thing it helped me with. What's the point of all this? If we're just going to die, what's the point? Die now. Die now. Why wait? Why struggle? Why keep going? Like, for what? Especially in the struggle. The struggle is, it's hard. Why go through it? If ultimately you're going to die, just die now. It's easier for you. But I don't think we know enough as human beings to make that decision, because we're born with something inside of us. Now, I don't want to be spiritual, because I'm not necessarily spiritual, but whoever or whatever put us here, whatever force, whatever freak of nature, we are born with personalities. For example, my sister babysits, and she said that this little boy, he is born very, very needy for touch. He just always needs to be hugged, to be touched. And his brother is born very, very, very frustrates very easily. I was born a certain way, my sister was born a certain way. A little bit of it is nurture, but a lot of it is nurture, a lot of it is nature. But parents will tell you that their kids are born with a personality. What makes that personality? I don't even know myself, but I know there's stuff in here that I don't put there. Who creates my thoughts? I don't create my thoughts. Who creates my ideas? I don't create my ideas. Who puts these in my head? Who puts it in my heart that I like kung fu and I hate math? Why am I like that? Because some friends of mine love math. They're very technological. This is what they want to do. This is what they're almost made for. Like the 5 frames of intelligence that Robert Greene talks about. We're born with certain inclinations. So you really don't know. Like, you don't have the power, the breath, or the capabilities to know why you were born with that. But I think I heard this quote, and I forget who it's from. Something like, on your deathbed, you're going to be surrounded by all the hopes and dreams that chose you. And they're going to look at you with angry eyes and think, why did I choose you to give me life? I believed in you. I believed that you could give me life. And then you didn't. If, you choose to die early. Or you choose not to listen to yourself inside. And I think there's something to be said there. There's something that wants to come out of us. I can't exactly articulate it, but I hope that you know what I'm trying to say. That whatever it is that we're born with, it's out of our choice to what it is. But it's in our power to bring it forth. Why, I'm still trying to figure out, but I just know it's there. It's there. It's there. And so the ultimate insight that I've been getting from focusing on my mortality and my death is that I'm here. I'm here. Someone, something, some freak of nature put me here on this earth right now. I might as well make a ruckus about it, have some fun about it, enjoy what this life has to offer about it while I'm here. I might as well. I'm going to die in the blink of an eye anyways. In the blink of an eye anyways. I might as well see what's going on. Try to find things I love. Try to find things that make me happy. And I'm not saying go fuck girls or guys, drink alcohol, do crazy shit, be lazy, because this is not a satisfying existence and you're going to feel it in your soul. I'm talking beyond instant gratification and distractions. There is something deep. I'm talking about that. Because I don't want to condone a lifestyle where it's shallow pleasure. Because this lifestyle, it's not really pleasure. You find out after a while. In the moment, yes. Stop camera. In the moment, yes. I just learned a new trick. No, I didn't. Okay. In the moment, yes. But I don't have to say this. You know this. Instant gratification does not make you happy. I'm talking about a life where you figure out what you like, what makes you happy, or what makes you satisfaction. Like for me, I love Kung Fu. It fucking sucks. I hate it. The pain brings me suffering, but I'm learning to love the pain, to love the discipline, and it makes me feel something inside that I don't know how to describe it. My heart feels called to it, and I feel some river of joy, as Rumi says, flowing through me when I do it. I can't fucking explain it. I don't know why, but this is what I am learning because I listen. So this is the biggest takeaway from this video is you're going to die, and there's something inside of you that has something here to be alive. And the master of the Shaolin Temple Europe says that, the universe put you here to receive what it has to give you. And I think there's some truth to that. A lot of Western culture is about chasing. But there's something that was inside of you that you were born with, that you did not choose, that you did not control. And a lot of the things in life that happen to you, you do not choose and you do not control. But I'm not saying you don't have power in your own life. I'm not saying you don't have responsibility, because you have the ultimate responsibility. There is no responsibility. There is nothing that you have besides the responsibility for your own life. But I'm saying there's a element of lack of control, that there's something coming from greater than you. Whether that greater than you is a god, or whether that greater than you is literally just a freak of nature coincidence, I don't know. But I know it's there. And I also know that there's something in you, and it somehow it brings things to you, and somehow it calls you to certain things. I don't know why. I just know this is what it is. So I don't want to end this video on any kind of note, because I want you to digest this all and take it in and listen to yourself. What comes up, and what meaning you can find for yourself in the face of death, of your demise, which is inevitable, which you're going to face. You're going to die. And I ask that you try these practices, whichever ones you feel called to, but at least one, or your own. And you can also try guided meditations on YouTube. I ask that you try and face your mortality, directly stare in its eyes, in its dark, hollow, void, black eyes, and you don't try to think of an afterlife. You try to think of as eternal darkness and disappearance and being gone. And see what comes up for you, see what falls away for you, and see what insight there is to be gained. And remember that this is a process. Don't expect things to come up on the first time, but also don't expect it to be easy. You're going to feel the anxiety to run away and to do anything besides sit and reflect on the fact that you're going to die. See, I'm even tearing up right now that I'm talking about it, but trust me that you're going to realize what is important to you. You're going to realize how fleeting this is. You're going to still have the day-to-day life pain and suffering, and it's just going to feel different. You'll see what I mean. And I want to continue creating these videos because I feel called to explore and refine the insights and inner world of mine through this as a form of self-expression. So that is at internal conflict right now with my I don't want to be motivated by immortality because immortality is not real, and I don't want to feel like I'm running and being chased at the heel by death, but trying to run towards immortality, trying to run away when ultimately I can't run away. It's going to run right back into a circle, into those void black eyes. But I think that refining and understanding this inner world of mine is actually going to be really important. So I'm not committing yet, but we'll see if I make another video. Thank you for watching. Please let me know how it goes. Talk to me about it, because really it's a fucking hard process, and I think if we can share, it will be easier for both of us. I'd love someone to talk to about it that doesn't get scared away. Everyone I talk to gets scared away from me and ghosts me and never talks to me again when I bring this up. Not everybody, but it's happened. And let me know what meaning you find in your life. I think this has been very helpful for me to hear from other people. And so I won't take any more of your time, your most precious resource.